Hey YouTube, back with another Marvel Legends, Return of Marvel Legends Wave 1 from Hasbro. This time we've got Hope Summers. First off, I just want to show you Hope with Cyclops from the previous Marvel Legends from Hasbro. I don't know what you think, but I don't think the scaling's quite right. He's a bit small because she's probably a little bit taller with a bigger head. Now I know that the old scale wasn't quite right with the Marvel Legends, always different at least. Well, that's them two side by side. I think he should be a bit taller and a bit bigger, but I think that's across the board. They have upped the scale on these guys, which kind of fits in alright with Nightcrawler. And then Sabretooth. I mean, he's out of the picture. He's quite a big guy. So this wave of Marvel Legends, the new Marvel Legends, I think is more in scale, although not perfect, with the Toy Biz Marvel Legends. There are some things about these new ones that are better, and some things that aren't quite as good. The plastic that they use has got its good points and its bad points. It's softer, so like the joints are a bit more wobbly, and so they come out of pack and they can be warped a bit more. Then it's not as hard a plastic, but it's not as cheap a plastic as the original Hasbro Marvel Legends figures were. So I think it's quite good. I like that it's a bit softer, but it makes it a bit harder when posing it. As I've done in one of my reviews already, my Iron Man head just snapped off as soon as I got it out of the box. And with this Hope, this joint on her arm took me absolutely ages of just gently teasing it to be able to move it without it snapping off, and it's exactly the same on all of the joints on the arms. So these bicep movements, it was like that much movement, and then it wouldn't go anymore, and I could feel if I pushed it, it would just twist the plastic and snap it off. I still haven't managed to get this arm, this shoulder joint to move. So you want to push it, you can see that it springs back. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this one to go, because she's a girl figure as well, and their arms are so much smaller. I don't think I'm ever going to get the articulation out of that joint, if I'm honest. But I can live with it. It's okay. It's a nice figure. It's weird that you can see her belly button so well through her clothes. It's a bit odd. But there you go, that's how it is. And there's, not being crude, on her boob there's a little bit of paint loss that when it came out of pack it was stuck to the pack a bit and took some paint off. But other than that, it's pretty good. I mean, the paint apps are good. I mean, especially on her cape rag thing. The wash they've put over it puts some really nice detail. It looks really good. Her wrist straps, gauntlets, and her boots, again, they look really good. I quite like the colour. It's a nice kind of metallic-y colour. Her hair is just a flat colour, and her face is quite plain, but it's a nice sculpt. I think her eyes look good. Her lips are painted perfectly. They are just perfect. There's not a spot of paint. Let's see if I can get it to focus on it, and not a spot of paint out of place on those lips or the eyes. Brilliantly painted. Their heads pop off, her head pops off, and you can take a jacket off. It doesn't really, it makes her look a bit weird. Then I think she looks better with the cape on. I'm not going to pop the head off. I'm sure you've seen it all before. Articulation wise, she hasn't got a ball joint. She's just got the, I suppose it's a ball joint or a T joint, I don't know what it's called. Movement in the wrist. So you can do 360 in and out, but there's nothing on the bicep. The shoulder to elbow is a solid piece, and then you have the elbow articulation, which is just one joint, and then it twists around as well. And then the wrist, you've got a floppy wrist and it twists around. The gauntlets aren't sculpted, they're separate pieces. I assume they're going to use this body quite a lot throughout the female figures, and they move independently as well. Same on the other side. You've got the nice ab articulation, really. You've got the crunch there, and it twists around. I like this. I prefer this to the old style ab crunches. And then a weird kind of joint in the legs here. It's not a ball, it goes up and down, and and backwards and forwards, but then it cuts right at the top there. It's not a ball, it's a flat cut there. It works well, it doesn't look bad at all, so I'm quite happy with that. Double joint in the knee, nothing in the shin, and then up and down on there, but there's no side to side pivot on the boots. She comes with a big gun. It's the same gun that came with the Forge Wolverine 2-pack, I think. I never had it, but that's what I am aware of. And I guess that had like a ammo casing that went in there. Looks a bit silly having it empty, but there we go. One side quite nicely detailed, the other side very plain. But you can get some good poses out of her with it. Her hands are moulded into a gun finger, which is fine. I'm not too fussed about finger articulation. With some figures, like with the bigger figures, with the Hulks and the Things, yeah, it's worth having finger articulation. With Nightcrawler, it's worth it because he's got the bigger fingers. But with other figures, it's not really worth it. Their fingers are so small, they don't look good when they're jointed individually. I think it looks better just to have a fist, or if they've got a gun pose, that's fine. I would prefer to have a gun, one gun finger, one gun hand, and then a hand like that to hold, or a fist. I don't like the two gun fingers, especially if you've only got one gun. But there we go, that's how it is. Nice figure though, I do like it. So yeah, it's one that I'd say to pick up. She comes with a Terrax piece. Again, I'm sorry with all these, I don't remember which piece she comes with because I built Terrax already and I've forgotten. I picked her up from KapowToys.com. Go check them out, they've got lots of stuff on there. They will have the second wave of the Marvel Legends, the Artem Zola wave. So go and check that out, KapowToys.com. Alright, thanks very much for watching and goodbye.